Willie,
Hey, so how are you?
I'm good. How are you, mate?
Oh, very well, thank you.
Well, can I say congratulations first of all on the honour?
Oh,
Well
it's
deserved.
all my honour. No, thank you very much for that. Yeah, it was a bit of a shock for me, and I wasn't completely sure if I should accept it, but I'm absolutely honoured.
Well, it's very special. I mean, these awards, I mean, they recognise so many people, and the great thing about the OAM is that it reaches so many people in communities all around the country. And,
Yeah,
you know, they're often the unsung stories. I mean, a lot of people have got to know you in more recent times, but particularly after Anzac Day.
yeah.
But more generally, I think it's great the stories that come out on whether it's on the Queen's birthday or on Australia Day. So, man, I'm really pleased that you're recognised in that way. It shows the system's working, mate. That when people like you get recognised. But I'm told the scans. You got some good news on the scans.
Yeah, I did, and if anything, that was more happy for me than the Order of Australia medal. Was yeah, the scan. It's a bit of a nervous time for me always because I get the scan done on a Thursday or Friday, and then the results back Monday or Tuesday. So
Yeah.
that couple of days is always, it could go left of right or arc from 0 to 10, really.
Yeah.
But all back looks semi-stable at the moment. There's no growth, no whatever. And now that we're, I think, 14 months on from chemo, there's no residual chemotherapy left in my body, so something's keeping me at bay. So I'm very happy about that.
Oh, well, look, I'm really pleased. I can only imagine what the sort of anxiety is around that sort of the whole process and waiting for the results, and it must be very difficult. But you've been living with it for some time now, well, look, I'm really pleased that it's going that way, and may it continue, may it continue. But you still look pretty sharp. The Mo's looking flash, mate.
Yeah, the Mo's the most important thing, as long as that's looking good. But no, it's great to be. I've been back at work now for 12 months since my chemo, and that's all been fantastic. Only from keeping myself busy, but the support networks that the Army and my unit give everyone, and that's not any official stuff. It's just hanging out with the lads and ladies from work is better than anything, truly.
So did you get out for a beer when the pubs opened?
Yeah, I've been out twice for a beer. One when I got my medal, and then the other one when I got my good results.
Oh, good. I reckon that second one would have been the sweetest.
Yeah, they're both very good.
Oh, that's good. And what you had a film going on as well, I understand. You and a mate had put a film together. Is that right?
Yeah, a really close friend of mine who's actually a SAPOL detective who does a little bit of filming on the side. He put together a short video about me and sort of what I'm doing. And it turned out absolutely brilliantly. It's fantastic.
How long does it run for?
Oh, it's only about 3.5 minutes long, I think.
How long did you say?
3.5 minutes. It's very short.
Oh, okay. Well, we should. Have you posted it? I've heard it was on. I haven't seen it yet, but
yeah, it's been posted. If the one you're referring to is there's one about I'm talking sort of my diagnosis and finding happiness in my car and everything. That one has been posted. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's good. So what sort of feedback did you get after Anzac Day?
Oh well. The funny thing was because South Australia is half an hour behind some of the other states. Very early in the morning, I started getting a lot of messages going through like, did I just hear the Prime Minister talk about you? I had no idea the extent in which you were going to talk about me or not. And all my mates, all my close mates getting stuck into me, of course, but then everyone else, congratulating me. And it was amazing. And since then, I've actually done a fair bit of work with some local primary schools about talking to the students about sort of resilience in the Army. And it's actually been fantastic, as well as my quote has been up on from churches in their front, like the front board through to schools. I know there's been painted everywhere. So yeah, it's been a really, really honour to have that happen, and I can't really thank you enough for that.
Oh, mate, not at all. I mean, go quick, go alone, go far, go together. I think has really captured the mood of where people are at. And I said this in the Parliament yesterday. I mean, Australia's doing comparatively extremely well globally, which is particularly good news, for people in vulnerable health situations like yourself, but it is more broadly, of course. But I'm also pleased that the economic side of it too, where, we're in the top tier on that outcome as well. While so many businesses and so many people's livelihoods have been hit, and that's awful. But around the rest of the world, it's far worse, and we're coming out of this stronger than most places, and that's something I think we can celebrate. But the issue I highlighted is, yes, there's lots of things we've done, but the thing done most often has been people have come together rather than drive apart. And so, mate, your very wise saying was a great call to action. Thanks for it. I know you drew it from your service, and it's a common phrase within the service. So, mate, I'm sure they're all pretty chuffed as well. It was a very interesting day. It was incredibly moving. I mean, you always get a lot of feedback on Anzac Day most years, but I hope there's some way. I mean, people will obviously, and I certainly hope so, next Anzac Day, and we'll be back around war memorials early in the morning, and that's how it should be. But for many people who can't, I hope they do keep that tradition in suburbs and in blocks of flats, and particularly for those who are a bit more elderly or people in hospital and that they can. It demonstrated to be a really good way for everyone to participate. I think they really appreciate
it was brilliant. I stood out the front, and all my neighbours were out the front, and then I took a small walk to the end of the street, and there was an old combi van playing The Last Post through a big speaker on the top, and there's a elderly centre on the beachfront where I live. And some of the oldies are out the front with all their medals on, and the combi playing The Last Post was delivering wreaths and flowers to the, I presume, World War II veterans there. So that was, for me, as moving as being at the War Memorial for it. It's, I think, for a lot of people who may, Australia's an incredibly vast country who don't live near somewhere where they hold an Anzac Day parade, to go to the end of the driveway is such a fantastic idea for some who can't do it normally.
Well, I'm quite certain it will carry on in one way, shape, or form. But what was good about it is it didn't come as an edict from anybody. Of course, as the government, we supported it strongly, but it sort of came from the ground up, which I think made it all the more special. And I think that's why it'll continue into the future. So no, I think that's tremendous. Well, look. Hopefully, once I can start moving around again, and it'd be good to catch up with you down your way, but also get around the rest of the country. And I always like getting up to Townsville and seeing the guys up there at Laverack and those places as well, and get to a few bases when I get around. In fact, one of the last trips I made, just before everyone had to lock down, was to a base. So I do enjoy those sort of interactions. You always get a lot of good advice, and which is all well intentioned, but you also get a lot of great, a lot of encouragement too from people.
Yeah, well, the 7th Battalion, or the Porky Pig Battalion, which I'm part of, always welcome you into the pig pen. You're always more than welcome. That's what we call our coffee shop / boozer, or boozer on the nights we have the drinks there. But you're always welcome into the boozer. Although once the officers get kicked out, I don't know, we might have a vote to see if you go with the officers or stay with the diggers.
Well, look, maybe I can get a joint membership of both. Well, look, mate, it's been good to catch up with you today. I'm glad we could do it. And again, look, congratulations for everything you're doing. You're inspiring so many people. But the thing you do every day is you inspire yourself. You get out of bed. You just keep going. I'm so pleased about your scans, and look, praying for that will continue, because you do a terrific job. And I'm just so glad the honour system recognised you. And your story is like, it's different, but there are so many amazing stories in this country, and I'm just pleased that more people have got to know yours. So good on you, mate. And it's good to see you.
Thank you, Scotty. I can't appreciate it more, and thank you very much for catching up. And I look forward to seeing you in person once the COVID restrictions all lift and we're back to safety.
Good one. See you later, Willie.
Easy. Thank you, sir. I'll see you later.